Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Kazumi Plays FTL Fast and Light. This is a relatively new game. It came out sometime last week and it is essentially a ship simulation game. It requires a lot of micromanagement and it has a very old school style of text based gameplay. I'll show you what it means. So we're going to start a new game. And this is an overview of our ship, and it's split up into lots of different compartments. Not all of the compartments have anything in them. Sometimes they're just empty rooms. But you do have your cockpit, your door control room, sensors, med bay, shields, weapons, O2 room, and you're finding your engine. This is also demonstrated by here, where you shows the power it requires. We're going to rename our ship. It's originally the Castro. We're going to start by renaming it to the HMS Brassic Dewey. The HMS Brassic Dewey, there we go. And we're also going to rename our crew. So we're going to start with the pilot, who is going to be Kazumi. Our second officer, who will be Kevin Fish. Kureigu. Ooh, that's not it. Kureigu. Whoops. Kureigu. And our last officer, who will be Frank. Why not? Frank. Let's get started. So, as you can see, like I said, this is has a lot of text-based gameplay. This is a standard window of what you will see in this game. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure you explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up with you. Let's have a look. Before we continue, as you can see, it's got pause at the bottom. There will be a lot of pausing in this game, just to make that micromanagement that bit easy. But to start with, we're going to move our crew members around. We're going to put Frank in the shield room, and Kureigu in the weapons, and someone just messaged me on Facebook. I should have closed it down. Let's jump to our first sector. This is the beacon map of each sector, and we have to essentially get from where we are now, which is here, to the exit. We don't have all day to do this because you will have the rebel fleet pursuing you just by here, and they will eventually push in. You don't want them catching up to you. That's a bad thing. Whether that is on Facebook, please go away. You are ruining my video. Right, our first beacon we've got to. A rebel ship has been patrolling this region. As soon as you arrive, it begins its assault. Let's continue. Oh god. My last playthrough didn't go so well. It was a dire start, and I can see it doing exactly the same here. They've got an annoying combat drone which is totally going to screw me up. But let's load up our Artemis and burst laser. The Artemis is essentially a missile launcher, but you are limited to the amount of missiles that you do have, which is indicated here at the top, just below your health, your fuel, shields. Right, and the burst laser is essentially an energy weapon, right? So we're going to unpause, and they're going to get a shot off as well. They're going to totally screw me over. I can see this is going to be a repeat of the last run. Right, let's get our Artemis away on their shields. We'll wait for the burst laser to take down their shields so we can do as much damage as possible. Right, we need to get Kureigu and Frank into the O2 room to repair that so we don't run out of air. That's the Artemis away. We're going to wait for it to land. Right, it's landed. Their shields are down. Score. I'm going to take their weapons out quickly so they can't get... hopefully they'll be able to get another shot of their version of the Artemis away. So let's get that down. That's down. Sorted. I'm going to fire a missile at the drone control room. Is it worth it? No, it's not actually worth it because they won't be able to do anything. That drone isn't powerful enough to get through its shield without them helping out. So, I'm probably gonna let's go for the engine so they can't get away. And just keep on the weapons as well. Get the burst laser on the weapons. They're just repairing that. It will be fine. Right, let's get Kureigu back to weapons, Frank back to shields. And the birthday, that's them finished. Oh, that's not them finished. The day is yours. Show us your honour by allowing us to leave with our lives. They attacked me. How is that honourable? You know, Accept that offer. If I accept that offer, I get 7 missiles, 2 drone parts, 10 scrap. That's actually not too bad. I don't really need drone parts, and the scrap is pretty dire, but 7 missiles, I'm actually going to go for that. I'm going to accept that. 7 missiles is a lot. We might as well just jump to the next sector. I hate nebulas. I am not going into a nebula. I'm hoping that we'll be able to jump from these two. It does look like it's possible. As we'll see here, I really don't want to go into a nebula. Right, more rebels. You detect a rebel scout on attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they are not firing yet. I'm going to intervene. They don't have a missile launcher, their version of the Artemis, so it should be okay. We're going to fire at them. They do have a transporter. They might be able to transport some troops over to me. The rebels respond to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. Come on. Oh, more drone control. Oh no, they don't have a transport. My mistake. It was a drone control room that I was referring to. Well, they have. Right, let's get the Artemis away on their weapons or shields. Weapons or shields. Shields, so we can take their weapons down quicker. Hopefully, anyway. That's the plan. Although I don't really have a lot. That's going to be do nothing until my shields are down. So I don't really have to worry about that too much. Shields are down. Now I must worry. Yeah, there we go. That was a pretty good hit they had. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do this easier enough. The weapons are down. I'm going to carry on with the Artemis. Back on the shields. I don't want them getting away, and I don't want them doing any more damage to me. But I'm going to take away the power from the Artemis and put it onto the engine so our evade is slightly higher. Not that it matters. Actually, they don't have any weapons. Carry on the burst laser and take them down, finish them off, and get whatever they're going to give us for blowing them up. Oh, that drone's so cute. It's just there, floating around, not doing anything. Just that. Oh, that's pretty poor. That's pretty dire. The ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage what you can. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 11 scrap. That's bad. Oh, no, it's not too bad. The outpost hails you. The pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for your help. Free fuel, plus scrap. So that wasn't bad overall haul. Right, let's we can use some of the scrap to upgrade our ship. Usually I actually go for the door system first to stop the spread of fire, and so easily stop the spread of fire so easily. Don't forget that, it's difficult to stop it. And intruders. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That's usually my first acquisition. Right, do you want to go? Yeah, we might as well go to the store and just repair that wee bit of damage we've got to our hull. But I don't really have enough scrap for anything else. Maybe I should buy a couple of missiles and some fuel actually. Yeah, why not? Why not? We can afford to sort of screw about around here, so let's just make our way to the exit but not go straight into it if we can avoid it. Your scans reveal an ore refinery and several factories, all standing still and empty. No life signs detected. Okay, if there was no life signs, why couldn't I have just like raided them for scrap on oil? Okay, we're in an asteroid field. This is a bit of a pain because it does do damage to your ship and shields. However, it's going to be worse for them because they don't even have shields to start with, and I'm just going to fire an Artemis right on their weapons, burst laser on their engines, and oh, that's quite funny. They've taken pretty much a shitload of damage to it already. Our shields are down. That's not good. That is not good. Yeah, O2. Straight for the O2. Nice one. They're all really down. We've got our shields almost up. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial. Yeah, the other. Whatever. Do fuel. Again, it's a bit shit. Okay, there we have a fire. So we're just going to open the doors, let the oxygen out, and starve the fires. That. They're just going to repair the O2 rooms, so our shield should be able to stop any more asteroids, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Let's get Frank back in the shield room and Kureigu back to the weapons. And let's, as soon as my FTL's up, we're gonna warp out of here. Again, there's no way to exit. You receive a request. All of our military ships have been destroyed or damaged during the rebellion. However, there have been reports of a Mantis war camp only a few jumps from us. Can you help? Apologise and decline. There's no way you are crazy enough to want to take the Mantis on a Mantis warband. No, I don't. I'm actually just gonna save it here, and this will be all for this episode. So see you again, and have a good day.